Welcome in, everybody. MLG Sports Talk back again with another episode for you. We're live. What's up, Jack?
Yeah, man. We're back again. We got some cool news today. Got some cool stuff going. Excited for Thursday night football too.
Definitely excited for that. We're gonna go over that Bengal cat. Hopefully they show up. And against the Ravens, that should be a great matchup. So let's just get straight to this breaking news. We won't have you guys waiting. So the Cowboys, as we spoke about this yesterday a little bit, we touched up on it. Dak Prescott is likely out longer than 4 weeks. As we said on the show, it could be a season-ending injury for him over there with Dallas. What do you got to say about this, Jack?
Yeah, I mean, like we said yesterday, these 4 games are big for them, and they got Cooper Rush out there, and now it's gonna be longer than the 4 games, like I was thinking anyway.
Mm-hmm.
If they take some L's, I mean, they might as well sit them out the rest of the season, lose as many games as you can, get a high draft pick. I mean, that would be the focus that I would have. I mean, I wouldn't tell the fan base that. I'd obviously try to put my best foot forward, or at least make it look like that's what we're trying to do. But just hold Dak out. Why even risk him to get injury if we know we're not going to win it all this year or be there? I'm saying we like putting myself in position as I was a Dallas Cowboy. Clearly, I'm not. I'm a Cowboy hater. But hey, they said something about the hamstring went off the bone a little bit. That's tough. Feel bad for Dak actually, but at the same time, hey, he got $60 million.
Right.
And we all know a lot of the audience out there, people out there watching NFL, can talk all the crap they want, but they would gladly take $60 million for a little quick injury for a couple months. They'd do it in a heartbeat. So yeah, shout out to Dak for at least going out there, putting his body on the line, and I hope he gets better. I hope they come back better next year. And and that's mainly just because I want the Eagles to beat them as a better team, not how they are now. Doesn't do anything for us now.
Yeah, you don't want to beat them when they're handicapped because then they're gonna say, "Oh, Dak was hurt." I'm not sure. Did you hear anything about Micah Parsons? Is he likely to come back?
Nah, I didn't hear anything about that. I have no idea yet. I mean, I guess we'll hear closer to the weekend, but
yeah,
I'm sure he'll be out there. I don't see why not.
Yeah,
if they're going to put their best foot forward, he needs to be.
Definitely. I see Micah Parsons making a comeback this week. It'll help the defensive side of the ball, but offensively, I don't trust Cooper Rush, man. I'm sorry. He's a veteran quarterback, but he's not a good veteran quarterback. You get what I'm saying? So, yeah, I think it's all gas, no breaks for the Eagles this weekend. They have a perfect opportunity to solidify that number 2 seed right now because Washington Commanders is still holding that number 1 seed. So until they play each other, that should be a fun matchup. I know that's coming up in the weeks. Can't wait to see that one. Yeah, man. Hopefully Dallas gets better. I would like to see them actually get a good draft pick. Maybe they'll get a quarterback.
I mean, wouldn't have him sit, I guess, for a couple seasons, watch Dak. But what would be the purse behind that? I mean, they might.
Yeah, they might. We'll see.
Why not? Dak was a 4th-round pick.
Oh, right. Or either that or get Ashton Gentry, which I can definitely.
I mean, that's the most obvious pick. I mean,
yeah,
that's what they should do. Is they should lose as many games as they can, so they could use that 1st or 2nd rounder
on him.
On Ashton. Why not?
Yeah. All right, let's move along here. We got not too much to go over, but we definitely want to go over this as we head into Thursday night football. The Ravens rule out Isaiah Likely Thursday. T. Higgins is doubtful. As we spoke about yesterday as well, Lamar Jackson, he did not practice Tuesday. He's still questionable. They said he's likely to give it a go. What do you think about this injury news, this updates here for both of these teams?
Again, something we were kind of head on, both of us in terms of what we were looking at. Likely being out, I think that was big for them. I know Mark Andrews has come on these last couple of weeks and is playing a lot better. It seems like that injury he got last year is a lot more behind him now, as the season goes on. Again, I'm a big Ravens fan. I love this team. I'm a big Derrick Henry guy. their offense isn't going to skip a beat, but likely does make plays in key moments. T. Higgins, again, a really good receiver, but Joe Burrow has proven time and time again he could still produce without him. He doesn't necessarily need him out there. The person he needs is Jamar Chase out there, and he's going to be out there. So, again, we already know where I'm leaning a little bit on this. I like the Bengals in this matchup just because of how the game went last time, and they need this win. This is one of those games the Ravens could kind of maybe even afford to lose just because, they're going to have to win some of these other games down the stretch anyway to get the seed that they're looking for. And we know they're not going to win out. So, I mean, again, this is tough. It's 4-day week for them, from Sunday to Thursday. So, I mean, again, the home team has a little bit of the advantage.
Yeah, that you would think the home team in this matchup here. So we're moving along. Ravens and Bengals here. Let me start with both the offensive sides of the ball. Both of these offense have not missed a beat. Both these guys got 20 TDs on the season, Lamar Jackson and Joe Burrow. Derrick Henry's looking like vintage Derrick Henry back there, having, an all-time great season. Who would have thought? But, it makes sense because he has a great quarterback, right?
I mean, I would have thought. He finally has a quarterback. He's never had a quarterback. He was the quarterback, basically. So, it's funny. A couple weeks ago, I saw a comment on Twitter. I shout out who it was if I remember who it was, but he said, or the person said, Derrick Henry's going to go down being remembered as an all-time Raven, and no one's going to even remember Tennessee. And I thought about it, and I was like, hey, probably so, to be honest. We're going to look at the Tennessee highlights. It's like, oh, he was on Tennessee too. And we're going to look as the Ravens and his main team just because of the greatness these two are going to put together out in the field. But again, like I was just saying before, this is a great team. But, again, they had 3 losses from early in the year. They've just been on a tear as they've been going along. But that does show that they are susceptible to taking an L. And Bengals need to get to 500. They're desperate.
Yeah, desperate times calls for desperate measures. And the main factor in why I like the Bengals plus the points and sprinkle on the money line in this game is in the first matchup, if you've seen it, the Ravens secondary is susceptible to big plays. So when Joe Burrow's back there, you can't give him that much time. If the O-line can just give him a little bit of time, he's going to find somebody open, whether it's the tight end, whether it's Chase on the outside. So I like the Bengals in this matchup. Like you said, they know if they get this win, they have a shot of making a run, getting a wild card spot, which we believe they will do that this season. So hopefully we're right. I don't really have much else to add. I mean, the injuries, as far as that, it's going to happen. We're halfway through the season. I expect people to be out already at this point. But as long as they get healthy for later on in the season, should be great. So we'll see. We got the Bengals here, ladies and gentlemen, plus the 6. If you want to be safe, we're also taking the money line a little bit. That's the show Thursday Night Football pick. Anything else you want to add to this?
No, I mean, I second that. I'm with you in that pick and the thought on how it's going to play out and what the Bengals need to do. It won't surprise me if the Ravens win, obviously, but I have a feeling I lean the way the Bengals. And I mean, 6 points, why not take it, right?
Yeah, why not take the points in your back pocket in a game that can end, a 3-point game. It can end that way, just like last time. So it took overtime last game for these two teams for somebody to win. Could happen again. All right, you ready for your segment? We're going to go to a quick commercial break, and then we're going to tap back in with you guys for this top 5 NFL.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. It's top 5 NFL. Again, we're going to talk about these teams. These are going to be the top teams in the NFL that have just been killing it all season, and they look like they're poised to make a run here at the end. But we're going to start off with the outside looking in. This group of teams We got the Washington Commanders. We got the Steelers. We got Minnesota, Atlanta, Houston, and Green Bay. All these teams have been fighting all year. They have good records. They either got 2 losses or 3. They're in position in their divisions, and some have been a surprise. Definitely the Commanders have been a surprise this year. Minnesota, what a surprise from them this year. We knew Pittsburgh would be consistent like they always are, never finishing under a 500 record. And Houston, they're looking like they're falling back a little bit. That's why they're on the outside looking in. If we did this last week, they would have been in the top 5. But these teams are poised. Let's see what they do this weekend because they have big matchups coming out. Now moving on into number 5, Philly, my team, the Eagles. I mean, hey, what a change they've made these last couple weeks, ripping off wins, being consistent. Jalen Hurts is looking like how he was in the Super Bowl run. He's not turning the ball over. He's going out there and he's killing it. Saquon Barkley, I mean, man, he's looking unstoppable out there. What a running back. I didn't know that Saquon Barkley had some of the moves and the skill set that he's displayed this year still left in him because of the injuries he had, over there in New York. So I'm proud of this team. I'm proud of what they do. Now, the defense has stepped up as well. The one flaw we do have would be Nick Sirianni. I mean, Nick, you're a beast. You're a great coach. Coach that way. We know what you can do. That's why you took this team to the Super Bowl. But we don't have to go for it on every 4th down. We want him to have a little bit more parity, and that's going to allow the tush push and those play calls to work out. And again, we got a good, big week this week. Let's go out and get a win so we can move up those charts. Coming in number 4, Buffalo. I mean, I am, I usually pick against Buffalo. I have a running bet with one of my friends from high school that Josh Allen would be somebody that would have been traded in the next 2 years. But hey, he's proved me wrong. He's looking like he's there to stay. They made some great moves in the offseason. This front office is doing their job. They're doing what they need to do. And let's just see what Josh Allen does with it. I mean, he's an MVP candidate. They also have a big matchup this week. Let's see if they can move up. But they're definitely a threat over there in the AFC. Moving up to number 3, we got Baltimore. We got the Ravens. Now, this is a 3-loss team, so we ask why they're at number 3. It's because they look unstoppable. That's why. Everyone knows if they're rolling, this team could beat literally anybody in the NFL. Now, this week is a big test for them. Short week. They got the Bengals, Thursday night football. We'll see. Do the Ravens stay where they're at number 3, or do they take an L this week and move back? Only time will tell. Coming in at number 2, of course, Detroit. I mean, that's obvious. This looks like the best team in the NFC. That's what they're looking like right now. Their 2 running backs look unstoppable. One, a bruiser. The other one, quick. Goff having the best season he's ever had, even better than the Super Bowl run season with the Rams. I mean, this team, what can you do? Their coach looks like they have everybody bought in. He looks like he should be a runaway coach of the year. That's not my take. That's from a talking head. But after I heard it, that made a lot of sense to me. I mean, I don't see why he isn't coach of the year. This team is bounced back from the L they took in the NFC Championship last year. They're poised to look like they're going to get there. Now, do I think they'll get there? No. But they deserve to be ranked number 2 right now, just based on their record and what they put out there on the football field. And, of course, we know coming in at number 1, Kansas City. I mean, what is there to say about Kansas City? Sometimes they look beatable, but they're still 8-0. And, hey, they got the Broncos this week. What are they going to do with them? I know it's a -9 spread, I believe, or -8. They should win. I mean, I'm waiting to see a team actually challenge them and actually beat them. I don't think the Broncos do it this year, so it looks like another boring season of just the Chiefs on top every single week when we talk, but only time will tell. And will they win it all? Will they defend their crown? Will they stay on top? I guess we'll see, right? And that's all I got for you guys for the NFL Top 5.
No complaints from me. Sorry about that. I was muted.
No, you good.
From the top 5, Chiefs is, number 1, juggernaut. They haven't lost yet. Lions at number 2. They've been looking unstoppable. They had a big win at Green Bay, which I'm going to say this. That was a little bit more of Green Bay making mistakes. I'm going to give, Detroit all the credit in the world because they went out there in the rain and won, and they're a dome team. So that surprised me there. So shout out to Jared Goff. That team's been rolling. Ravens, like you said, number 3. got a couple losses here and there, but they have been looking unstoppable. Buffalo, they've been making lemonade with just lemons out there. So I guess that's a credit to Josh Allen. He's limited the turnovers this season. And yeah, Philly, they Nick Sirianni, I'm not too mad at him gambling sometimes, but when you have a chance to go up 2 scores in a game, just
put the
go
game away. Just put it
Yeah.
away. Why make it even a thing going? That's why you're going to lose in the playoffs, because you're making it a thing. And even though the team could go and win the Super Bowl, you're going to be the reason why the team doesn't make it.
Very true.
Right? And that could demoralize the team going into the next season. Like when you're making plays like that, it's different when you lose because you get beat. But when
Right.
you lose because of taking certain chances when you don't have to, we already know how that story ends, right?
Yep, they're gonna blame the coach, and he'll be on the hot seat again by next year. So hopefully he gets it together over there at Philly. They should get a dub this week with a wounded Cowboys team. Yeah, that's pretty much it on the show today, ladies and gentlemen. Tomorrow, Thursday Night Football, we got the Bengals Ravens. So we will be live tomorrow. We'll try to get the best bets up tomorrow. I'll do the first and goal show later on tonight for the college football. So in the meantime, in between time, ladies and gentlemen, hit the like button, subscribe. Let's get this cat. This is not financial advice. Yeah. Yeah. Nah, I don't judge. Eat how you gonna eat, keep it legit. And please don't bother me, rather in advance. Or you hit the lottery, buy new commodities.